Are you ready? It's the Friday roundup with me. It's also the Hoop and Chat, but we're going to call this the Friday roundup. So on a Monday, we'll have a motivational Monday. On a Wednesday, we'll have Wellness Wednesday. On a Friday, we'll have a Friday roundup. Sound good? Yeah, or Feedback Friday. Roundup or feedback? I don't know, what do you think sounds better? Let me know. Right, are you ready? So if you've got your weighted hula hoops, grab those. I'm going to do this with you now. If you haven't got a weighted hoop, doesn't matter. You can just sit there and listen to me if you want, or you can go on a walk and be listening to me rambling on. It's entirely up to you. I will try and do this quite quick today. Yes, I'll try not to chew your ears off. I try and stick to like 2 minutes each side, and I end up normally doing about 10, but I'll try not to. Oh, whoops, now I've just put me on an outdoor walk. Oh my gosh. Do you ever have days like that where you just think you're on it and you're not? Everything you do just goes like totally wrong. I did this with my class this morning. I put some music on. It wasn't what I thought at all. So I had to just wing it. But it actually went really well. Right, step into your hoop if you've got one. Do up your imaginary zip so you engage in your core but not pushing down on your pelvic floor. That's really important to zip up. I'm going to put my left leg forward, turn my hoop to the right and launch. And have a look. I'm just doing a gentle thrust forward and back. Just a gentle thrust forward and back. I'm not flapping around like a fish out of water. Yeah, so here we go. I am hooping. Very, very quickly, when you're hooping, 2 main contraindications not to do it. Number 1, don't hoop if you're pregnant. That's kind of obvious. And number 2, if you have got specific lower back issues, don't hoop. If you've got non-specific back pain, yes, it's fine because it feels really good. It helps strengthen your core muscles and relieve pain. But if you've got specific, especially degenerative disc issues, you wouldn't want to be using a weighted hoop, okay? So hopefully you'd know that. Also, when you're watching me, guys, I'm chatting away to you. I try and do lots of free stuff as well, but very, very, very important. If you've got any specific concerns or injuries, you shouldn't be doing free workouts on the internet. You need to actually pay someone and actually get proper advice when you're training. For example, me. No, seriously. I'm a women's health and fitness specialist. You know, I've got over 35 years, see, I can't even get my words out this morning, experience in the fitness industry. But I've also got things like I'm a Pilates instructor, I'm a fully qualified PT. You know, I've done osteo sort of training so that I can help people with all different type of conditions and injuries and all stuff like that. So orthopedics conditions, all sorts of stuff. So it's really important. Although free is kind of nice, and I'll always talk to you and I'll give you free advice and sometimes I'll give you free classes, that's different because you're normally coming and training with me and I'm coaching you. But when you just Google something, like YouTube's amazing, if you just Google it and you're just getting some random person exercising and they don't know anything about you, your needs, your injuries, your health, you can actually do more damage than good. For example, I used to have a fantastic PT client before she moved away. She was training with me, she was getting stronger, fitter, healthier. Her husband decided to do a kettlebell workout off YouTube and put his back out. Really, really, I mean, he really hurt himself. So it's not that kettlebells aren't good, it was just he didn't have somebody tell him about his technique, remind him to use his core muscles, etc., etc. So just be wary, you know, because people say to me all the time, well, why should I train with you online, Emma, when I can get it for free? And I'm like, well, if you need to ask that question, I don't think I'm even going to bother answering. But on a more serious note, I'll tell you why. Because I've got the experience, I've got the knowledge, and I can look after you and keep you safe by training you. The difference here is, when I teach online, it's just because it's so convenient. You can reach so many more people and you can help so many more people. You know, and you could be on the other side of the world and you can still train with me. That's why I use it, because it's just great. Anyway, right, I just wanted to talk light-hearted today. So it's Friday. How are you? How's your week been? Have you had a good week or have you had a bad week? I'm going to be honest, I'm having some of the stressful weeks of my life at the moment. It's almost like, you know, like some people know I've got really bad luck. I don't like saying that because I think, you know, life's full of curveballs and I guess the only way we survive is how we cope with them. But oh my God, I think I had a past life and I was a really bad person. I must have been like a mass murderer or a rapist or something, because I swear to God, something's going on. It's literally one sort of kick in the teeth after another. Now, don't get me wrong, it could be worse. No one's died. Thank God. We've got our health. You know, I've got people around me who love me. I've got a job that I love, so it's not all bad. But, oh mate, one thing after another, it has been so challenging to stay positive and buoyant, it really has. But do you know what saved me? My fitness. And I know some of you are going to go, oh, I knew Emma was going to say that. No, I swear to God, I'm going to tell you a few things that saved me this week actually, but first I'm going to stop and go the other way because I've already done 4 minutes. See, can't stop. Once I start talking, that's it. So, just a little word, you've got to hoop both sides. It's no good bet hooping one side, she'll end up like that. Okay? We've all got one more dominant side. You know, like when you're training, you know that one side's stronger than the other. It's the same when you're doing this. You're more, you know, your flexibility, your hand-to-eye coordination. Think why you can write with one hand, not the other, unless you're ambidextrous. You have got a dominant side. But when you're hooping, it's essential to hoop both sides. Right, so the things that have saved me this week. I would like to say limiting my exposure to stress. However, sometimes there's so much outside stress, it's quite hard to eliminate it. All you can do, and I've been really having to practice this week, not very well all the time, not going to lie. I can't say, oh yeah, I've nailed it. I've tried to change the way I react to the stress, but it's been challenging. I'm not going to lie, it's been really hard. So the things that have saved me this week has been really working on prioritising my quality sleep, and my magnesium supplement is massively helping. So there's a top tip for you. If you want help with that, you can just message me. The second one is getting out every single day, no matter how fed up I've been, I have gone out. These dogs have been walked their little legs off. Every day, no matter what, I'm going out in daylight, getting some fresh air, even if it's only for 15 minutes. So that's another one. Absolute saviour. Hydration. You might think, how's that saved you? Trust me, hydration makes so much difference to everything. And even your thought process, if you're dehydrated, how can you even function properly? You can't. So hydration, dead simple one. Exercise. Now, the walks, I don't actually count that as my exercise. I just count that as just what I do. When I'm talking about my exercise, I'm talking about a minimum of 15 minutes, but ideally, normally my 30-minute classes. Teaching, I've loved that because it's shown that I've got my community, but my training for myself, I've really, really needed to do that. It's made a lot of difference. And the final thing that saved me this week is eating better. Now, some of you might resonate with what I'm about to say. I am 100% an emotional eater. I'm really bad. I openly admit I'm a sugarholic. I definitely am. And it's funny, if I say I was an alcoholic, everyone would be like, oh no, you need to get help. When you say you're a sugarholic, people laugh and go, oh yeah, me too. A little bit of cake won't hurt you. But no, it bloody does. Because I don't have a cut-off point. If I open my bag of mini eggs, I'm not going to eat one mini egg and put them in the cupboard and leave them. I'm going to eat that whole bag, even if it's a massive sharing bag. I'm going to keep going. And then I feel really ill and have to go and lay down. It's terrible. And then I have the beating myself up afterwards for having ate them. Then I've got the sugar rush, and we all know that sugar is actually really bad for you. So when people go, oh, it's all right, you know, a little bit what you fancy, sometimes it's all right, but for someone like me, actually it's not. Because then that's it. I've opened that door and I could just keep going. So I have found that instead of comfort eating, and don't get me wrong, I'm 53, this has been a problem for me all my life. So when I'm talking to you, don't think, oh yeah, she's got it nailed. I haven't, and don't think it's easy, it's not. But I made a decision that I actually scared myself where I was getting quite emotional, I was getting really fed up, and it really did bother me. And I was like, right, I've got to do something positive. What can I do? I can't control other people, I can't control lots of situations, but I can control or be mindful of what I'm actually putting in my body. And at the end of the day, and I hate it when I hear other people going this, I'll actually roll my eyes going, oh, here we go. But it's true, food is fuel. It's not a reward, it's a fuel. You know, what we put into our bodies depend on how we feel, and it helps with our thought process. And it means our strength and our energy and how we thrive. When you eat like crap, you feel like crap. And unfortunately, when you feel like crap, you want to eat more crap. It's like an endless cycle of almost abusing ourselves. So that was a bit heavy, wasn't it? So this was meant to be a light-hearted talk, but I think it's really important to talk about these things, you know, because especially like my generation, like I said to you, I'm 53, we used to like suck it up, buttercup, you know, stop crying like a little bitch, put my big girl knickers on, pull your socks up, you can take it. And when you've got that mentality and you are struggling, you kind of don't want to admit it. I'm not saying suddenly, oh yes, you're you're inciting my anxiety, leave me alone. I don't mean go that way either, you know, I don't want to be that way, but somewhere in the middle, accepting that actually we don't have to be Superwoman 24/7, and actually trying to do better for ourselves, not for anyone else, is really, really important. So there you go. That was my Friday message for you. That was a bit heavy, wasn't it? So let's finish off on a light-hearted note. Books, oh my God, I am obsessed with the Colleen Hoover books. They're great. Has anyone read them? So my friend lives down the road. She bought these books down a few months ago. She bought me like down about 7 of them. And they've been sitting out in my kitchen for months, and I didn't start. But I do love reading. So part of my self-care as well, another thing, I'm making sure I read at least 10 pages of my book a day. I have been binge reading these books. They're like amazing. I started with It Ends With Us. Oh my God, I loved that book. I laughed, I cried, it was amazing. Really, really liked the book. Anyway, I've read quite a few, and then I finished Verity last week. Oh my God, it's the most messed up book I think I've ever read. Yeah, it's really weird, but so I'd love to know if you're reading any of them. TV, I've got a little top tip for you. Apple TV, something called Trying. It's Ralph Spall, and I can't remember the lady's name, but oh my God. So it's about this couple, basically they can't have kids and they're trying to adopt. It may sound a bit heavy, it is one of the loveliest TV shows I think I've ever watched. The chemistry between the two of them is amazing, and it makes you laugh, it makes you cry. It's really good. So if you're into TV, that's worth a watch. And cinema, I want to go and see the latest Bad Boys film. I don't know whether you like those or not. You know, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, I love the Bad Boys films. I love all sorts of different films. Last week, or the week before, my husband and I went to watch Garfield. I know, right? But I love the cinema. So hopefully, I'm hoping we might go Sunday, I hope, to go and watch Bad Boys. And I just wondered, have you been? Have you seen it yet? It's only just come out. Talk to me. I would love, love, love you to talk to me. And most importantly, I am a PT. I'm a women's health and fitness specialist. I teach classes, I do PT, and I would absolutely love you to come and train with me because it is my passion. Other than that, have a fantastic weekend. Please do talk to me when this live has finished. Come back in, comment. If you want to send me a DM, I'd love to talk to you. It'd be really nice. But mostly, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And if you manage to listen to that, I told you, I warned you, once I start, it just keeps coming out. Thanks, and thanks for following me. And I'll see you all soon. Bye, guys. See ya. See ya. And finally, my little TikTok crew. I'll see you soon, guys.